Good morning. This is KELOLAND on the go. With all you need to know in news and weather as you start your day.
3 people are behind bars after an assault case from last week turned into a murder case.
44-year-old Sean Rubidoux is charged with second-degree murder after a man he allegedly assaulted died in the hospital. 34-year-old Alicia Blackbonnet is facing aggravated assault charges, and 32-year-old Sage Quinn is facing an accessory to a felony charge.
To read more about the case, including what officers observed in a cell phone video taken by one of the suspects, visit this story on KELOLAND.com.
We're learning more about what led to a shooting in a West Central Sioux Falls neighborhood that involved a suspect, 3 police officers, and dozens of gunshots.
23-year-old DeAndre Gene Blackhawk was wanted on 3 felony warrants involving drugs and burglary. He was also wanted for questioning for an assault that happened Sunday.
When officers arrived, he tried to run away while firing a gun at them.
He had fired about a half dozen times at law enforcement. We have recovered shell casings on the scene.
Blackhawk was shot and taken to the hospital.
No officers were hurt during the incident.
The final Project Prison Reset Task Force meeting took place yesterday in Sioux Falls. The meeting ended with a plan to present to the legislature.
Prior to choosing a plan, task force members heard from consultants and the public. In the end, a 1,500-bed facility in Sioux Falls for $650 million or less was their recommendation for the legislature.
A date for the special session has not been chosen.
Well, now let's get a check on this morning's weather with meteorologist Scott Munt. Good morning, Scott.
All right. Good morning, Summer. Good morning, everybody. We are following these isolated scattered showers, thunder showers for this morning. I think they will eventually weaken and go away. For this afternoon, we'll have mostly sunny to partly cloudy skies. We will watch for developing thunderstorms as we hit the late afternoon hours and through the evening. Temperatures today will reach the 80s, 90s. Chance for 100-degree heat in central and western South Dakota today. More details on your forecast with Brian coming up.
Thank you, Scott. They call it the 4 best days of summer.
The Turner County Fair in Parker is the oldest running county fair in South Dakota and is under new management this year.
Steve Wilkie is the new fair manager and has already identified some changes he'd like to make.
Tornado hits it, the derecho hits it. There's a lot of buildings there and a lot of upkeep, and I think we're just finally getting to a point that we can maybe do some facelifts on some of those.
The fair relies heavily on volunteers, and there's going to be a volunteer sign-up dinner at the fairgrounds this Monday. Lunch will be provided.
The Turner County Fair, which is a free gate, is August 11th through the 14th. To learn more, we've attached a link under this story on KELOLAND.com.
Backed by popular demand, a Native American group is performing on 2 nights this week.
Brûlé is a contemporary Native American music group and will be on Friday and Saturday night at the Levitt.
It is the first time that we've ever hosted a band 2 nights in a row, and we did it because of the incredible support we have seen for this band. The last time they were here with us, we almost got to 10,000 in the audience.
Attendees are allowed to park in the Sioux Steel District parking garage for free anytime after 5 p.m.
Sioux Falls is a hotspot for live music this summer, including next week's Rock the Country event. The 2-day festival will take place July 18th and 19th at the W.H. Lyon Fairgrounds. Kid Rock and Nickelback will headline the event along with Travis Tritt, Tracy Lawrence, and other performers. The CEO of Experience Sioux Falls says the festival will have an impact beyond the gates of the fairgrounds.
We're talking people coming in from all around the region and even some nationally. The hotels are telling us that their bookings are incredibly good for the weekend, and everybody's excited, so it's going to be a fun time in Sioux Falls. We provided a link with a complete schedule and ticket information for Rock the Country under this story on KELOLAND.com. That's a look at some of our top stories. Now let's get another check of your weather with meteorologist Brian Karstens. Brian?
All right, update on the weather today. Well, first of all, we've got a couple little speckles on radar this morning. We've been tracking some isolated thunder showers basically on the edge of the emerging heat today that's coming in for central and western South Dakota. Big jump on the temperature. Now, that combined with an upper air disturbance moving in, we should be able to instigate a couple of patches of severe weather. later this afternoon, probably in the far west, and then eventually sliding eastward tonight. I think there's pretty good evidence, too, now suggesting Sioux Falls will even catch at least the local area around Sioux Falls. Some thunderstorm chances here late this evening. Let's walk through this. This goes into Futurecast today. First of all, the numbers. They're getting pretty hot here. Winter, 98 degrees at 4 o'clock. Rapid City, close to 100. And anything on radar looks to be pretty widely scattered there, but I would say there's some favorable zones in the west to spark some of those thunderstorms, even though this model doesn't show as much of that. We've been showing some other ones that have. The thing I want to draw to your attention, though, is that this can probably hold together, or some formations of this activity farther east towards sunset. Okay, so we get into some nocturnal thunderstorm development. Basically, even looking at the northeast, too, there could be a separate thunderstorm area up into North Dakota that could descend down into our northeastern counties, and that would even be, pushing after midnight here. So keep that idea going. I think that warrants some attention. Tomorrow morning, we'll kind of deal with whatever's left over there as that moves into Minnesota, and then a pretty warm day tomorrow, a lot of upper 80s to near 90-degree levels. And then we get to watch where new thunderstorms again could develop across the plains. We're getting some signals that could initialize up into North Dakota. There's a slight risk up that direction. There's kind of a gap here maybe in the middle of South Dakota, and then another slight risk in Nebraska. You can actually see some of that showing up on Futurecast there. I do think, though, that this warrants more attention, because then tomorrow night, some of these will try to wander east again, and that takes us way after midnight. So we're kind of in that time of year where you can get those areas of nocturnal thunderstorms. And don't forget, Friday, there's more rain. That's actually the upper level low that's coming in, and that rain could be locally heavy. Temperatures most of the day on Friday, I would expect we will be in the 70s, so it's not going to be a hot day on Friday. That's going to be rain-cooled air and some scattered storms. 90s today, though. That's hot. 95 in Chamberlain, 98 in Rapid City. 7-day forecast, again, kind of working through some of those severe weather chances late Thursday and early Friday, and then it actually dries out as we kick off the official weekend. Saturday, high of 83. Sunday, though, a little hotter and a high near 90. Aberdeen also, I'm expecting the weekend itself looking pretty good, but getting there, Friday still looks kind of stormy with a high at 78. There's a pretty good chance of rain in Aberdeen on Friday, too. That's a 70% chance. Showers and storms will also affect Pierre throughout that time period, as we just showed you on Futurecast. We're going to knock down the heat to start the weekend, and then it's going to come right back at us. Sunday, we've been looking at several things for the last few days, suggesting upper 90s to 100 in Central and maybe Rapid City, too. We'll have to watch that 93. That could be up there on Sunday. So check out more details. We've got those online at KENLOLAND.com.